Fellow Toastmasters, I did struggle through my competent leadership program. First of all, because I was not in charge of the process. The only thing I seemed to have a potential to control, this book, seemed to have its own personality and lived its own life. Believe me, it didn't come to the meeting as often as I did. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means that either you just joined Toastmasters or your name is Carl. Anyway, no matter how I tried, I was making very little progress. Of course, there is always help available from VP of Education. Well, at some point I became VP of Education, and I can tell you, it's a challenge. The overall process is so uncertain and unpredictable that even as VPE, I didn't feel I was fully in charge of it. Yes, I can do the scheduling, but how do I know who needs what? How do I know if this particular member got her evaluation or forgot to do it? Suddenly there was a need to synchronize a Toastmaster effort with the scheduling process. And I'm happy to tell you that there is a means to do it. It's an online tool within the EasySpeak, which is called CLTrack. What it does, it creates an online version of your book, which is available to both you and VP of Education. And it facilitates synchronization between your efforts along your CLTrack and the scheduling process. Today I will show you how it works, but we will start chronologically. So before you begin, you have to have your CL manual ready. Then you go online to easyspeak.org and log in with your credentials. And I want to underline it. You have to have your competent leadership book physically present in front of you before you start. This is the front page of EasySpeak after you log in. You go to the upper navigation bar to the My Participation block to view My CL progress. Another way to get to the screen is through the left navigation bar View My CL Progress item. You probably see some similarity between this screen and the table in your competent leadership book, shown here. It has the same 10 projects and the same rubrics within each of it. The next step you do is you go inside your competent leadership manual and press and find an evaluation. You then press a role you choose and enter the date for it in the pop-up window and click Submit. It will update your leadership track. Let's do it one more time. You go to the second evaluation, press the grammarian role, enter the date, and press Submit. You will now notice something different has happened. The overall project got highlighted in green. That means it's finished. Actually, this CLTrack tool is smart enough to know how many projects you need to finish before you're done with, how many roles you have to finish before you're done with a specific project. Sometimes you will find out that you have some entries in your CLTrack which are erroneous because you have performed the role but you haven't got credit for it. so you can remove it. After you have updated your CL manual progress, all things are getting a bit easier. What happened next? When you go to the agenda, you will notice that there is a small square next to your name and role. If you can choose a project you want to work on from the drop-down menu, or as John did it here, for CL7. And after the meeting is over, it will be automatically recorded in your CL manual. Now I'm going to ask you a question to see how well I explained it to you. So tell me please, true or false? If I use the EasySpeak CL track, I don't need to use my CL manual anymore.
True.
Okay, all who said true have to stay after the meeting and listen to this talk again. Because it's false. As I was working through my CL manual, I realized that to improve my leadership skill, I have to take responsibility over my own action. So I suggest use these handouts I'm going to give to you today. Go online and update your CL track as soon as you have this opportunity. I promise you will see the difference. Mr. Clark.